Hey everybody, El Cheapo Deluxe here. Welcome to the good life. Hey everybody, El Cheapo Deluxe here. How y'all doing today? Doing great, thanks for asking. Hey, I don't know if you've all seen it or not, but I've done quite a few videos on my Canik handguns. I own three. I've got a Canik Mete SF, Canik Mete MC9, and my newest is a Canik Mete MC9 Prime. I like them all, but I've heard a lot of complaints about Canik, how the guns are unreliable. People have had issues, customer service sucks, and got some questions about it, and I've tried to answer them as honestly as I could as far as my opinion and my I guess my experience with them is what I'm trying to say. But let me show you what I've got. I'm going to start off with my Canik Mete SF. Now, this is the first Canik I bought, and I absolutely love this gun. I've never had an issue with it at all. Never even had a misfire or failure to feed, failure to return to battery. Just absolutely not one issue with it. Well, first of all, let me show you that it is empty. There's nothing in it at all. Nothing in the gun, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazine. It is completely empty and safe. That being said, safety first as always. Let me show you one more time. It is empty. Nothing in there. That being said, let's pull that trigger, point it away. I'll just talk to you about it a little bit. Let me move these others out of the way. You see, beautiful handgun. I paid, I don't know, 480 something, 485, anyway, close to 500 for it. And the first thing I did is I took it to the range with just iron sights just to get used to it. I love the trigger. I love the gun. I added this Holosun red dot here. It's a 407K. Actually, it's the only one that I've had to use the adapter plate underneath to make it fit, so it actually looks pretty good. I got this at Academy I got it cheap. I got it cheap because they didn't have any in stock. This was actually the model they had on display. So it was already cheaper anyway. And then I got an extra, I think 20% off of it because I couldn't test it out. Couldn't look at it and see that it worked or nothing. So we figured it was just the battery was dead or whatever. But I'll tell you what, I bought an extra battery for it. And then when I got it home, I went to put that other battery in. I started looking at it, and I was like, yeah, they just put this battery in upside down to begin with. Flip that battery over, it works perfect. Zeroed it in, not an issue with it at all. This PL Mini 2 Olight, I got this off Amazon. I can't remember, maybe, I don't know, under $100, I'm sure. Anyway, it fit right on there perfectly. The thing I like about this is I'll pull that off. No batteries. It's completely rechargeable. I don't even know that I've charged it up since I put it on there. Let's see, yeah, it still works fine. This one doesn't strobe. That's what I didn't like about it. Anyway, it's got this quick release lever so you can take it on and off. The one thing that I don't like about this gun, now, I love the color. I love that color. It's just after you've taken it to the range, you put some rounds through it, it's a bitch to clean just because of the color here. The rest of the gun, easy piece of cake. Just, you get a little bit of powder burn on there, and, or not powder burn, smoke or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And it just takes a little bit to get it off, but it comes off. Great gun. Trigger's awesome. Couldn't ask for a better trigger. Anyway, enough about that one. This is a good, reliable gun. I've put well over 1,000 rounds through it, almost twice as many through both that I have through both of these. So, yeah, I approve it, man. This is it's a really good handgun. Perfect size. It's about the same size as a Glock 19, about the same weight. I like it a lot better just because of the trigger. Now I've got the new Glock 19 Generation 6, and actually, surprisingly, I like it. They've done a lot of improvements on it. They still got a little bit of work to do on that trigger weight, but I think that's just something I'm going to have to deal with, or change out the trigger. But anyway, yeah. Mete SF, great gun. Highly recommended, and I think you can still get them cheap. I think you can get them just the firearm by itself now with one magazine, and it's fairly cheap. All Canik guns come with one of these. Looks like a little pew-pew, like a toy, but what it actually is, if I can get it open, it's a little toolkit. Comes with some screws, Allen head, screwdriver tip, all that good stuff. Fits right in there. Just kind of neat looking, but yeah, they all come with that when you buy them. It probably doesn't come with the SF1, which is just the gun and a magazine. Probably doesn't come with that. But anyway, all right, so let's move on. The second Canik I bought was this Mete MC9. This is the one that everybody complains about, that they've had issues with. And I'll tell you, I've had my own issues with it, but I've got them corrected. This comes with the first thing I fixed was the magazine. You can see just the way it fits there. It doesn't feel really good in your hand. Even the larger magazine is worse because it's got more of a drop down here, so it catches on your hand a little bit. Let me show you that this is empty. Nothing at all in that magazine. The gun is also empty. Nothing inside. That being said, safety first. Drop that magazine back out. I'm going to show you one more time that it is empty. Okay, pull that trigger in a safe direction. Okay, so I added some grips to this, as you can see. I got some handle it grips. I put some, what are those? I forget what they are. But anyway, those are a little bit rougher. They went all the way across. And then I put this Fotatu red dot on here. It's actually it's a multi-rectical, whatever, you know what I'm saying, where it has the circle and then a circle with the dot, or just the dot, or just the circle. It's really nice. It holds zero good. It also came with 2 batteries, and it is side loading, so you don't have to take the optic off to change the battery. So anyway, that's all I've really done to this. Shoots great. I've got a lot of rounds through this. The issues I had, some of them were my own fault. I was getting a lot of light strikes. I couldn't figure out why. So what I did is quit using Monarch ammo, and that solved that problem for a while. The second problem I had was I was using, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it's like a foaming gun cleaner. I got that down inside around the ejector, around the firing pin mechanism, the firing pin assembly, striker, and it just started my return to battery issue, and also more light strikes. And I couldn't figure out why. I took it apart, and it was gunked up bad. Don't ever use that foaming gun cleaner. And if you do, don't get it where it's not supposed to go. Like around the ejector and the firing pin. That's what I did, and it just gunked up bad. It took me a good while to clean it. I had taken almost all the way apart, the spring off of the firing pin mechanism and everything. So got that taken care of. It worked for a long time, no issues. Once in a while, I'd get a wouldn't lock back, but that was my own fault for my thumb, you know, riding that slide lock, which slide lock I don't really care for too much. It's okay if you got an empty magazine in there, it locks back fine. But when you pull that magazine out, it's just tough to lock back because it doesn't want to get up in there. Really struggling with this right now, and I'm going to show you why. Put that back in there. Well, pull that back. I'm going to show you exactly why. All right. I'm going to pull this spring out, pull this barrel out, and then I'm going to pull out that firing pin mechanism and show you the second issue I had. Well, let me show you this first. Sorry, I'm getting off track, but I'm trying to do everything in order here. The issues I've had. This is one of the issues I had right here. You can see right here on this firing pin assembly. I'll try to get it up here so you can all see it. See, there's a little area that's kind of dinged up. I don't know if it's even going to focus on it, but yeah, that was rubbing on something in there, and I'm not quite sure. I noticed that, and I'm sure that's got to be the problem with it giving me all them light strikes. So I got with Canik, sent them an email, serial number and all that. You know how that goes. It was a while before I heard back from them. I kind of had to send them another email just to remind them. I sent pictures of this and pictures of the spring, the recoil spring. What they did, they sent me a new firing pin assembly. So put that in there. The other thing they did was, and I don't know if there was really anything wrong with the spring or not, but they sent me a new coil spring also. Here it is right here. You see it's got the red on it, a little bit different than this one. This is the original. It's a heavier spring. That's the reason why it's a little bit harder to rack. But switched them out. Haven't had a problem since. Probably put, I don't know, maybe 300 rounds through it. Not one issue, not one light strike, anything that I've talked about. So it actually turned out that I think that solved the issues. Let me show you. I'm going to set these aside so I don't get them mixed up, but I'm going to show you the difference between these firing pin assemblies, what the new one looks like. So bear with me, I don't take these apart often. There's the new firing pin assembly. Looking like it might be starting to do a little nick on there. I might have to buff that out or what have you. It's not near as bad as this, but a lot of people had issues with the earlier models, and this is one of those earlier models. They've done some improvements since then. So let me get this back together before I forget which part I took out. But yeah, that was my issue, along with that spring may have been a lot of it too. They gave me that heavier duty spring. So anyway, let's get this back together. Come on. Don't make a fool of me, isn't it? Every time I try to do something, I can make a fool of myself, and then I just ramble. Just, you gotta get it in that groove at the same time you're pushing that firing pin assembly down in there. There you go, just like that. And then once you get it there, just easy as that. It's locked back in. Let's put the barrel back in there. And the new spring, the one with red, heavier duty spring. Sure you get it down in there in the right spot. Again, it's empty. Oh. That's it, folks. Back together. Nothing at all in it. So, got that. But before I fix that, like I was talking about, it's this magazine. Kind of rough on the palm of your hand there, and after you shoot quite a few rounds, it starts hurting. This is the larger magazine that came with it, the 15 round. You can see it's got even a bigger to it, so it's a little easier to grip on the front part. Fits your hand a little bit better there, but it doesn't do anything better for the palm of your hand. Drop that back out of there. Still empty. So what I did, looking for a new bottom plate, something that might fit a little bit better, and I just happened to see this on YouTube, or was it YouTube, or maybe Facebook Reels, or something. But from Hurley Welding, they 3D print these, pops right on there. It's meant to fill in that gap. It's solid. Bought a couple of those, and look at that. Fits your hand much better. That one's also empty. And it goes right on your stock Canik magazine. You just got to take the old bottom plate off, but easy to do. I did a video on this, and it does make a big difference. They're not the cheapest, but man, they're worth the money I put into it, I'll tell you that. So, let me move on to my next gun. Like I said, 300 rounds, maybe a little bit more since I fixed everything there. Not one issue. Just keep in mind, I don't think Monarch ammo is your friend. You can use it if you want. Maybe you haven't had any issues with it, but I've noticed that the ammo from Turkey, that's made actually in Turkey with the Monarch brand, is the one I had most issues with. They got some that's made in, where's it made at? Where's Brazil? No issues with that. Not that I'm aware of. So I strictly use CCI Blazer now. Okay, let's move on to this Canik MC9 Prime. And any of you know this? That trigger. Awesome trigger. See, that's empty also. Nothing in the gun. Completely empty. So, that being said, safety first. Point it away, pull that trigger. And speaking of triggers, let me show you something here. Show you it is still empty first. But watch this trigger reset. Okay, there's your take up right there, and that's the wall. So it's not a lot of take up to the wall. In fact, this flat trigger, man, it feels good on your finger. But there's your wall. That's your take up right there. That's it. How do you like that? Let me show you that one more time. With that reset. Beautiful. Nice. Easy trigger. I think this one, the Canik MC, or not the MC9, but the Mete SF. I think after all the rounds I've put through it, that trigger weight is down to, man, 3.5 pounds after breaking in that spring and everything. So it's a really, really nice trigger. The reset on it's just as good as this. Let me show you that. Again, it is empty, nothing in the magazine. So there's your take up. You're at the wall right there. There is that. There's your reset. So it's very, very similar. It may even have a better reset than this Prime. I really haven't compared them that much, but I like them that much. So still empty. We'll set that aside. Back to the Prime. Man, this feels good. Feels good in your hand. That stipling, perfect, perfect. Got all that porting in there to kind of help with the recoil. Ported barrel, optic ready. And I did put another Vota 2 dot on there. This one's a green dot, just a single green dot. It works just as good. Came with two 15-round magazines. It's the only thing I don't like about that. The magazines don't work with the other Caniks unless you get like the 18-round magazine, then it'll fit in there. But you can't just take a magazine out of there, put it in there. It's got to be a bit bigger, but that's minor. It shoots real well. It does have the night sights on it. I don't really use them because I've got this, but these optics, you can co-witness with them really good. Okay, so enough about that. Safety first. Anyway, yeah. So Caniks, other than that issue that I worked out with this MC9, I'm a fan of Caniks. I love them. In fact, this is out of my 10, 11 handguns, whatever I got. I don't know how many. That includes revolvers too. But this was my first Canik, and it is my absolute favorite. Got that mag well on there. It makes it just fit your hand real well. Anyway, yeah, that's my favorite. Now, to carry, it's going to be this one. I'm going to have to put another couple 100 rounds through this before I feel good about carrying it again. When it was new, not an issue. It's just when that pin started wearing down. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope eased your mind a little bit on buying a Canik, because they really are a good handgun, and their customer service is good. If you come across an issue like that, they're going to replace the part for you. It might take a little while because just getting in contact with them, or sometimes reminding them. I don't know what their process is there, but they honored their warranty. They replaced the parts, and so far I haven't had an issue with them. So I'm going to stand by these Caniks. Really made well. They're comfortable in your hand. It's by far the most comfortable handgun that I own, except for maybe that MC9, just being the way that those magazines were. But like I said, you put the Hurley welding base plate on there, much better. So appreciate you watching. Go get yourself a Canik. They're good handguns. I appreciate you watching. I said that once. I'm going to start rambling. Check out some of my other videos. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Caniks. If you agree with me as far as they are really good handguns and comfortable, just let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps.